$8,610.67 in the last month or so. Let's talk about how I did that. What's up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And by request, this video will be about what I have done in the last few weeks. I think it's a month on eBay, where I have amassed $8,610.67 to be exact. And so I'm going to show you what I've done, how I did it, and just talk in general. This won't be a super detailed step-by-step process, but I just want to show you what is possible and how I have used my VeVe strategies to make some good extra money over the last month. All right, so we're going to just jump right in. Of course, you know, you have to have a VeVe account to do this, and purchasing NFTs and then learning to post on eBay. And that's what we're going to talk about, how I was using eBay to sell the items that I amassed from VeVe. So let's get rid of my handsome face and we'll just start right here on eBay. So here it is right there. It is true. I did make this amount of money. Okay, so it's a 90-day total. There it is right there. In the last 90 days, I have sold $8,610.67 worth of VeVe NFTs. I have spent more than that. I probably have spent close to $10,000 on VeVe NFTs. So one would say I'm in the hole. But actually, I'm not really in the hole, because I am sitting on 307 VeVe NFTs at this current moment. And after I get done selling off this load that I have posted right now, I'll be at the break-even point and in the overall profit. But when you look at the value of what I have in that collection, based on current prices, I should be able to make about $40,000. So I would say that this has been a very profitable venture. So we're going to start out by showing you how I research and how I find out the prices that I should pay for items. And then we'll come back and show you all the things that I have listed. So we're going to jump over to this other tab here. If I can turn drawing mode off first, then I can switch the screen. There we go. So here we are on the eBay screen, and we're going to start out by doing a search. This is a little trick that will profit you well. VeVe NFT. That's it. Type that in the search bar, and this will show you most all, maybe not all, but most all of the listings that are out there right now. Okay, I need to erase that circle there. Let's clear that. And then we'll scroll through and just kind of see what the action is right now. So we see some unicornos here, Stelina and Dulce for 162. We've got the Rise of Ultraman at 119 with watchers. That's a big one. When you have people watching, that's a good indication that you're going to sell it or get some people in a bidding war. Here is a 120 for two of the Scotty Youngs, and it's $120 or best offer. That means you can allow people to give you an offer less than that price, and then at that point you can decide if you want to take it. So let's say somebody offers $100 for that. You can say yes or no. So as we scroll through, we can see, well, how much of certain items are people posting? There's a DeLorean time machine interactive. That's pretty high price. That's not going to sell. $138.99, because these are selling every day for 30 and 40 bucks. So you can kind of get an idea of what is selling. And then you can go back to your collection and say, what would bring me the biggest price right now? Where are we with the current state of pricing with particular items? Now, if you will look back in my previous videos, you'll see a report I did where I made a graph showing the price over time for the DeLoreans. And it starts high and then it starts to dip down and go low. Overall, right now, a lot of these things are selling at a lot less of a price than they were a month ago. $800 for the Rise of Ultraman, the whole set. So we're looking at the secret rare here, and they've got 5 of the other ones, and this is going for 800 or best offer. Now, when the first secret rare came out, before people even had it, they were selling the rights to buy it. And we saw the highest price at $8,000. And then that settled down to $2,000 and then to $1,000. Now we're seeing people offering listings for $800 for the whole set of 6 after that recent drop. That's not so hot as far as the price trend for the Ultraman set. We're either at a low point or it's going to continue to cool off. And so the decision you have to make is, are we going to continue to drop in these price trends, or is this the bottom? And will there be a market for this in a year if you sit on it and wait? So that's a decision that you have to make. This nut is selling this one for $50,000. That's not going to happen. Some of these you just laugh at and you just have to discount. So these are all the ones that are currently for sale. Now we're going to do another trick. We're going to find out what are they really selling for. So I've got another window open. Well, actually, I'll show you how to do this. Let's just scroll back up, and we're going to hit the advanced. There's an advanced button over here off the screen, and when you click advanced, it will take you to this screen. And notice this area here. It says search including. You hit sold listings and then hit your search, and now it's going to show you the prices that they actually sold for, unless it has a line through it because a best offer was accepted, and they're not going to give you the price of that. So here we see a Jason Fabok Batman that went for 149 bucks. That was a buy it now. It had a starting bid. It had a starting price of 99, and then it was bought out. And this is mine. Whenever you see this style where you got this big name across the side and the number here, those are mine. I do this so mine can stand out, and so it can look a little bit more professional, and someone will think, well, this is a professional seller. So let's just scroll through here a little bit, and we see the Yuki Kaida for 125, and see here's a DeLorean time machine, the 1-to-6 common, that is $39. So that lets you know the person posting that one for 124, it's not going to go. Here's a Starfire at $12.99. I sold mine 2 weeks ago for $1,500. Here's Todd McFarlane Batman at $530 with 54 bids. And that's significant. That means that a lot of people still want this and they're willing to fight over it. So that's pretty good. When you see that many bids, 45 bids over the Joker. Now the price is not impressive, $188.50, but at least it lets you know that there's some people fighting over these. So that's a good thing. Now, when Todd McFarlane first came out, these were selling for $1,000 on eBay. So it has gone down 50% since then. And everything has been going down. Now, Dick Sprang was selling for about $100, and it's coming back up. We're seeing prices going back up. Here's another common for $35. This thing came out, it was $29.99. So why someone would sell this on eBay for a $5 profit when they're paying a 10% commission is beyond me. It would make sense to sit on these a while. I've got 27 of them, and I'm not selling any of my DeLoreans. I have 5 complete sets and 27 of the 1-to-6 interactive. I'm waiting till Christmas time for that one because I think that the prices are going to come up when people are scrambling to find last-minute Christmas presents for their kids. Here's another one that has gone way down. The common Ultraman was at about $120, $150 when it first came out. Now we're seeing it nearly at the price that it was on release day, which was $39.99. Here's another one that has come down. The Bruce Timm Harley Quinn was going steady at $200, and now we're looking at $125. So pay attention to your pricing trends. Here's a Marceline. I've got one up for sale with a minimum price of $750, but we see that after 27 bids, it only sold for $502. So that's a decision that you have to make. Fortunately, I started this when the prices were really hot, and then it cooled off. We had a dead week where I couldn't sell anything to save my life. And then after that, it started to pick up again. So let's jump over to my eBay page. Here we are. And we're going to look at the things that I have sold and then my active items, and we'll take a look and see what my auctions look like. So here's the active ones, and I'll show you how I'm doing this. Here's my Lady Rainicorn, and what I'm testing out right now is listing it at the minimum price. The starting bid is the minimum I'll take, $500. I don't have the courage to start it out at 1 cent. Now, you can put a reserve on it and say your reserve is $500, but they're going to slap a fee on you for that. It could cost you 20% or a certain amount of dollars, I can't remember, in order to list a reserve price so no one can buy it less than that. So it's for free to start it at the price that you want and then put a higher buy it now. That's what I did on that VeVe Batman. It started at 99. Buy it now was 149. And so someone decided they were impatient and they went ahead and took it off the market at the full price of 149. So that was great. Now here we see my Marceline. It only has 6 views and no watchers. That tells me it's not going to sell. I've got buy it now at 1100. I'll probably relist it and maybe try at $500 at the current price. And some people might say, well, you're stupid for selling it that low. You should sit on it for 100 years and wait till it's worth $1 million. Well, that's silly. I'm in this to make money. I'm a collector who is turning these things over to make money because the kids need shoes, okay? And if I sell it for $500 and next week it's at 800 or 900 or 1,000, big deal. Because when I sell this at 500, I'm going to invest that money into crypto and I could make a lot more on the gains from investing that 500 than I would being greedy and sitting on this and waiting. Now here's my Mojo Jojo that's got a watcher and that's good. Now, this doesn't mean that they're serious. It could be a nosy person or someone watching the pricing trends. So with only 4 views, I'm thinking this is just a nosy person and it's not going to sell. Jake the Dog. I've got 55 as the starting bid simply because these are selling from $55 to $65. Pretty steady. Only 1 view though, so it's probably not going to sell. I did the same thing with Ice King. They were selling all day, every day for $175 and that came down to 100. Now it's bouncing back up, but I have no views, no watchers, so we'll have to wait and see. Here's the Joe Madureira, however you pronounce that, Batman, that I've got at a starting bid at $199, buy it now at $275, and I bought this one off of the market on the app, and I paid $199 for it, so I'm hoping that this gets bid up, and if it does not, I'll wait a few weeks and list it again. Lumpy Space, they were selling at $175. Price has come down to $99. So that's my starting bid so that I don't lose ground. Now here's my mayor. Lots of views, only 1 watcher. I don't think it's going to sell. Becky Cloonan, for some reason, is not getting traction. I've seen a few sell at $350. I've got 12 views and only 1 watcher, but we have 4 days, so it's possible. Now here's my Ultraman set. I have everything, all 6. I'm starting the bid at $1,800, and I don't think I'm going to get that. We do have a watcher. We have 17 views. It's getting attention, but since people are lowballing the price, I might have to start again and lower that price next week. I could lower it while it is within the auction, while the auction is live. Now let's take a look at my listing and see how mine look. All right, we'll go in here to Ice King. So here's my nice picture there. And we scroll down, and I like to put a really nice description. It's cut off over here, but you can see that I have a lot of info there. Let's see if I can shrink this down. There we go. Now it fits. And so I like to give a little bit of a description and a little bit of sales flair. This is sold out. And I tell them that, you know, when you look at the sold listings, you can see that these are pulling 150 to 200. So this is a good price. At 140, it's less than what the going rate is. And then I give the details here and I give my terms. You're paying right now. You got to provide your QR code. You can do free shipping, and I do the worldwide, which eBay is not set up for this really. They do have an NFT category, which is good. So when we scroll up here, we see that my category is collectibles, virtual and crypto collectibles, and then that's where it sits. So they just created that after I started selling on eBay because of the frequency of people selling VeVe NFTs. However, it's hard to get around the free shipping because if you do free shipping and you don't have international, then people from other countries cannot bid. And they can bid, but then when they win, it'll say this is a US only and they can't cash out. So you have to choose international shipping, and then you have to monkey around because it'll put a shipping charge, but then you'll say seller pays the shipping, and then you can ignore it. And then sometimes you have to click on, whenever you do the shipping deal, they make the buyer send you a code that you can scan so you can close the listing out. And that is annoying too, because they want proof that it was delivered. But if you don't do the international, then you don't have to have a code to scan to close it out. You can just say this was delivered. So let's go back and I'll show you what that looks like. So let's scroll back up and we'll see sold right here. Let's expand this so we can see everything. So as I'm scrolling down, you see that I can click mark as picked up after this person pays. So this buyer paid. I contacted them, but they haven't sent me their code yet. So as soon as they do, all I do is get on the app, scan the QR code, send it, and then I screenshot the QR code, okay? And not the QR code, I screenshot the confirmation screen that pops up after you deliver. That's for my safety. That's to show proof that it went to that person. And then of course, VeVe knows that they got it. They have a record, and it's secured on the blockchain. So there's a record on the blockchain that I zapped this item to this person. And I usually will make sure when I'm reading in my comments that it's not a spoof where someone says, hey, I just won, here's my QR code. Because I had someone do that to me before, where they sent a QR code and they weren't the winner, just to see if they could trick me into sending it. So I match the name. I'll click on this person's name, compare it to their ID, hydrochronic. That's interesting. And then I'll look in the messages and make sure that it's hydrochronic, send them a message and say, hey, I'm about to send it. And then I pop it over to them. So that's kind of how I do this. And it's a pretty awesome opportunity. And I'm going to continue to sell and try to deplete some of the inventory and get myself into the green. I should be able to make a lot. And like I said, based on today's prices, I could make $40,000 on this. And this is definitely bill paying money that I need and investment money that I want to have. So that is all I've got. I wanted to keep this brief. I probably talked too much anyway. But definitely wanted to let you know that eBay plus VeVe equals money, okay? Money, wrong way. It's over there. It equals that money right there. All right. Have you sold on eBay? Let me know if you have, or have you never sold on eBay? If you haven't, my advice to you is to sell something small and get used to it. Find out what the risks are. There are scammers that get on eBay, but overall, I haven't had a problem yet. I only had a person who bid and didn't have the money, and all I had to do was relist that item, and I told the person, no big deal. I'm not mad about it because I'll just sell it to someone else and I'll still make the money from it. And then I won't pay a final value fee from eBay because the item did not sell. So 10% is not bad, and then you get your money right in your PayPal, and starting this month, they're going to skip PayPal and send your money directly to your bank account so you don't have to go through PayPal as the intermediary. So let me know if this was helpful, if you learned something new, and good luck on your VeVe ventures. I'm going to jump back in and finish some auctions that I have to list because I got some money to be made. That's all I got. This is Carlton, and I'm out.